Mike Peterson? The name hung in the air thick as the smoke in O'Malley's. I didn't flinch, didn't miss a beat in my conversation with Tony, the bartender, but my gut clenched. 6 months. 6 months back in New York after 3 years of self-imposed exile. How the hell did she find me? And more importantly, why now? I kept my back to him, pretending to be engrossed in telling Tony a joke, a real knee-slapper, when I felt a hand clamp down on my shoulder. "Mr. Peterson, my name is Danny Rossi. I've been hired to find you." I raised an eyebrow at Tony, a silent question hanging between us. Then, just a fraction of a turn, I angled my head towards Rossi. "You want to keep that hand, pal?" The hand vanished. I faced Tony again, delivered the punchline. He roared, slapped the bar, and poured me another Sam Adams, declaring it on the house. As he wandered down the bar, still chuckling, Rossi's voice cut through the noise. "Mr. Peterson, we have business." I cut him off, my voice low. "My name ain't Peterson, and I got no business with you unless you need something welded. Otherwise, we're done here." "Mr. Pete—" That was all he managed before he hit the worn wooden floor with a thud. I tossed a 20 on the bar, massaged my right hand, nodded to Tony, and started to leave. "Mr. Peterson, you're a hard man to find, and I ain't starting over." His voice was strained from the floor. I glanced down. Rossi, sprawled out, was pointing a taser at me. Intimidating in a pathetic kind of way. He scrambled to his feet, wiping a trickle of blood from his lip. "I ain't afraid to use it. Sit down, let's talk." I glanced at Tony, who was heading our way, and waved him off. He paused, nodded, and called out, "Need anything, Jack?" "Thanks, Tony." I turned back to Rossi, eyeing the taser. "Who the hell packs a taser in New York?" I chuckled, leaning closer. "You know me, kid? Screw you, Mr. Peterson. Your manners need work, pal. You weren't raised in New York." "Call me Jack," I corrected him. "And then tell me who you are and what the hell you want." "Jack, huh?" "Okay, Jack." Tony set down 2 beers, putting them on Rossi's tab. I smiled, slid into a booth, and gestured for Rossi to join me. "So tell me about this Peterson guy and why you got such a bug up your ass about him." "Okay, Jack. We'll play it your way for now. Mr. Evan Peterson was a successful, wealthy businessman from Manhattan. Disappeared without a trace just over 3 years ago. Married to a Mrs. Sarah Peterson, daughter named Emily, 23. He paused, letting it sink in. "My name, as I said, is Danny Rossi. I've been hired to find Evan Peterson and bring him back to New York." 3 years, you say? Without a trace? What's that got to do with me? You got the wrong guy. I'm Jack Brown. I weld for cash, strum a guitar badly, and move around. I'd been meticulous, paid a fortune for a new identity. Hair longer, beard fuller, 30 pounds lighter, 20 pounds of muscle replacing it. Sarah wouldn't recognize me if I walked into her penthouse. The day I left Manhattan, I drove north, then west for 3 days straight. Found a trailer for rent upstate. Enrolled in a welding class at a community college. Started over. Left everything in Manhattan but cash. High-paying job, apartment, Hampton's house, cars, credit cards, keys, cell phone, clothes, and a lying, cheating wife. Paid cash for a used Ford pickup, registered it under Jack Brown, drove straight to a pawn shop, and bought a beat-up but beautiful Martin Dreadnought, just the clothes on my back. Never stayed anywhere more than 6-8 months, cash only, under the table, no taxes, no trouble. It had to be Emily, couldn't cut her out completely. 15, 16 months after I vanished, I emailed her. just to say I was alive. Another one before every move, from a library computer. I loved her, thought of her, never told her where I was, why I left, didn't answer her questions. Sarah could squeeze that out of her if she wanted. "Well, Jack," Rossi sneered, "as I was saying, a little over 3 years ago, Mr. Peterson vanished. Cops followed up for a year or so, half-hearted in my opinion. Most thought he ran off with some bimbo or Mrs. Peterson bumped him off. Tough year for Mrs. Peterson. Personally, professionally, financially. Tried to liquidate assets, no power of attorney. Couldn't get him declared dead. Stuck. Money in the bank dwindling fast. Poor dear, I deadpanned. Sounds rough. So, Rossi, how do I fit into this Lifetime movie? Mr. Peterson, or should I call you Evan? Jack, call me Jack. I am authorized by the state to escort you, Evan Peterson, to the Manhattan District Attorney to answer charges of fraud and abandonment. I laughed, loud and long, much to his annoyance. Fraud, abandonment. Cute story, Rossi. Since when is ditching a toxic marriage a crime in New York, and why would the DA give a damn? I emptied my beer, swallowed hard. Put the laser pointer away, Rossi. Under the table, smooth and quick, I racked the slide on my Glock. Rossi lost some color, seeing the 9mm pointed his way. He gently placed the taser on the table where I indicated. I'm going to tell you a story, Rossi. A friend of mine told me about 3 years ago. You listening? Yeah, Jack. He was watching the gun, not me. How about another round and some wings, Tony? I called. Rossi here's got an expense account. Tony nodded, heading our way. I turned back to Rossi. So this friend, we'll call him Mike, married to a woman, we'll call her Sarah. And wouldn't you know it, they had a daughter named Emily. This is Mike's story. I can pinpoint the exact moment my marriage ended. I started, adopting Mike's voice, Mike's pain. Sarah's 50th birthday. Weekend home upstate, just the two of us. Sarah, always quiet, hated parties, big affairs. We were comfortable, you know. Sarah had everything. Gifts were a nightmare. Months I agonized over her 50th. Probed, asked friends, finally settled on what I thought she'd love. Wrapped them, gave them to her. Punch to the gut. Disappointment flashed across her face, then bam, forced smile. Thank you. Strange smile. 24 years, Rossi, I knew. Something was off. Pressed her gently. Not what I hoped for, she admitted. Not bad, just not what I expected. 50th, I thought. More thoughtful. Stung, Rossi. Explained my choices, showed her the care I put in. Irritated, dismissive. Wouldn't need to make it up to me if you'd put enough thought in the first place. I'll never turn 50 again. Rest of the night. Tense. Claimed she felt sick. Insisted we drive back to the city early. Silent drive. Anger. Hurt. Thick between us. Night reminded me of another time. Marriage almost died then. Long distance thing, college. Visit, caught her cheating. Downtown, hand in hand, older guy walks up. Hugged Sarah, introduced him as Dan. Smirked at me during handshake. Instincts screamed, didn't like it. Sarah left for work. I investigated. Love letters. Month-long affair. Confronted her. Denied everything. Just friends. Walked out. Cut off contact. Weeks. Friends, hers, mine, tried to intervene. No. Finally, she showed up at my dorm. Begged. Another chance. Gave it. Made it clear. Cheat again. We're done. Years to rebuild trust. 2 years later, married. Still, never admitted the affair. 11 years in, another low. Drinking, workaholic tendencies, travel, divorce threat. Didn't want to share her life. Bitter fight. Begged her to reconsider. Emily. Relented. Conditions. Separate finances. Preparing for the inevitable. Felt like she was halfway out the door. Tried everything. Cut back drinking. Better work-life balance. Walls stayed up. Financial separation, ironically, helped me. Earnings exploded. Poured money into hobbies, investments, motorcycles, sailboat, flying lessons, upstate cabin. Household taken care of, independence. Enjoyed life. Truce, but distance grew. 2 years ago. Employee not partner, ultimatum. Rebuild marriage or divorce. Surprised me, chose to stay. Year, threw myself into it. Activities, conversations, intimacy. Felt like I was carrying it alone. Passenger marriage. Stability, fragile. 50th birthday, better place. Thought so. Weeks after, colder. Affection gone, sex rare, mechanical. Work stress. Believed her at first. Always long hours during projects. This time, different. Late nights, weekends upstate alone. Excuses. Déjà vu. Past indiscretions, suspicions. 6 weeks, sex twice. Obligation. Second time, left bed immediately. Thoughts. Evenings. Avoidance. Forced to interact. Irritation. Awake one night, pattern. Seen it before. Sarah hiding something. The shrew was back. 2 years. Communication. Tackling issues. Rules of engagement. Address grievances head on. Avoid deflection. Resolution. Rules. Distant memory. Tried to discuss schedule. Affection. Dead sex life. Stonewalled. Days. Pointed out communication agreement violation. Lashed out. Dismissed rules. Shove them up your ass. Clenched teeth. Reminded her non-negotiable commitments. Response. Screw off. Negotiate with your right hand from now on. Message received. Apathy. Louder than words. Cheating? Maybe. New York, no-fault state. Legally didn't matter. Had to know. Betrayal, not just infidelity. Lies. Knew my stance. Attraction. Natural. Acting on it. Dishonesty. No. Wanted someone else. Divorce first. Not deception. Focus shifted. Preserving marriage to protecting myself. Years ago, before merged finances. Separate investment account. Bonuses. Savings. Never told her. She insisted on managing finances. Safety net. Grown significantly. Separate taxes her idea. Plausible deniability. Not cheating. Split everything fair in divorce. Cheating. She'd see none of it. Manhattan apartment. Upstate cabin. Cabin retreat. Poured my soul into. Wanted to keep it. If not, sell it before she got it. Time, essence. She served me first, leverage gone. First call, college friend, corporate lawyer. Dinner. Predicament. Grim assessment. Legally, no shielding assets in a divorce. New York no-fault laws. Even split best case, infidelity or not. Personal advice, less orthodox. Don't file. Find out if she's cheating. If she is, take what you can. Let her come after you. Referred me to family law shark. Even I'd fear her in court. Next day, met her. Measures to protect myself. Changed beneficiaries on will, insurance. Private investigator. Evidence of infidelity. Maybe no asset division impact. Bargaining chip. Connected me with PI. Ex-NYPD. Solid rep. Days. Life wired. Surveillance. PI uncovered her. Friend. Rendezvous. Video evidence. Gut-wrenching. Physical act, not worst part. Cruel words. Mocked me openly. Planned trysts in our bed. Reveled in deception. Lover suggested cutting me off sexually. Enthusiastically adopted. Twisted pleasure. Humiliating me further. Woman on those tapes. Unrecognizable. Ever truly known her? Weight of betrayal crushed me. Infidelity stripped me of anger, resolve, hollow. Sealed evidence. Lawyer. Instructions. Daughter if anything happened to me. Prepaid Emily's college tuition. Joint savings. Depleted account. Liquidated hidden investment account. Sustain me for years. Never touch marital assets. 2 weeks later, Manhattan apartment, last time. Keys, phone, wallet on foyer desk. Wedding ring, pillow. Let her interpret that. Packed essentials. Walked away. No word. Didn't look back. Let her wonder. Deal with fallout. Solace. Control. First time in years. Free. Untethered by lies. New start. No letters. Front door open. New pickup around the corner. Drove. 2 weeks later, 40-something married man, father of 3, mugged, savagely beaten. Motel 6, cheap prick. Walk again, eventually. Limp. Month after mugging, wife. FedEx package. Video evidence. Husband. Bed. Woman early 50s. Divorced year later. Broke. After leaving, drove aimlessly 3 days. No plan. Lunch, small town upstate. Stay a while. Community college, welding classes. Why not? Year later, auto body shop welding. Cash. Cheaper than certified welder. Small jobs. Enjoyed it 4 months. Moved on. 2 years. Crisscrossed the country. Small towns. Laid. Welded something. First time in years. Happy. Hated Dallas job. Money great. Excelled. Every morning. Battle to get out of bed. Family. Sarah loved money. Emily deserved it. Sarah, saint, non-profit, peanuts, helping people. Reality, playground for rich wives. Selfish, important. Fundraising events, society pages. Dresses more than most people earned in a year. Pathetic. Money, next charity event. Soul-crushing job. Family. Left. Vowed only do things for myself. Slept with women since. Not soulmate friend. Fun. Clingy. Complicated. Move on. Don't know what happened to Sarah, apartment, Hampton's house. Don't care. Choices. Happy. Good for her. Secretly, hope she's miserable. Broke. Won't go out of my way. See Emily someday. Only if she promises not to tell Sarah. Hasn't yet. Hope she does. Rossi, my friend Mike, happier now. Cheating wife, job, gone. Second thought, why go back? Pay for her to screw him over again? Makes no sense. Happy, healthy, wealthy in ways that matter. Marriage, 2 things. Daughter, freedom. Retrospect, even the hole she brought to marriage. Not that great. Played him 24 years. Nothing worth staying for. Going back to. Cruelest revenge, Rossi. Indifference. Destroy her. Left everything to show her indifferent. Years. She'd falter. Fail. He'd win. Rossi nodded slowly. Interesting character, Jack. Good story. Where's your buddy these days? I shrugged. Who the hell knows, Rossi? Probably getting laid, welding something somewhere. My bet, Albany. Always wanted to see it. Rossi nodded again. Say, why didn't your friend's wife file for divorce under abandonment? Control of marital assets she wanted so bad. I laughed. No assets left. Tried to have him declared dead first. By the time she filed, lost the apartment, Hampton's house, job. What happened? Rossi leaned in. Couldn't afford properties. Foreclosure. Older couple bought apartment. Hampton's, state. Nova Enterprises. Metal Arts Consulting Company. Job. Lost it when they found out she was screwing a married employee. Rossi whistled. Itch that won't quit. Tossed 40 on the table, stood, extended a hand. No hard feelings. None, I said, but be careful who you piss off. Lucky I'm patient. He laughed, took a few steps, stopped, without turning. Jack? Yeah? Worth anything. Sarah still loves him. Sorry, wants him back. Drinks too much, not doing well. I scoffed. Women like her don't know love. Users. Truly sorry? Think about daughter, what she put husband through. Sorry she got caught. Money's gone. Doesn't deserve him. Rossi turned, faced me. Evan? I smiled. Yeah, Bob. Albany gets cold in the winter. But Emily loves it there. Maybe Nova Enterprises should relocate to Albany. Thanks, Bob. I grinned. They just might. Listeners, what do you think? Share in the comments. Like, share, subscribe.